Brick by brick, this mansion was built to keep the living out and the dead in. Within its walls, secrets breathe and shadows speak. Welcome to Haunted Mansion Stories. Every mansion has secrets. This one whispers them in the dark. Listen to the secrets only if you dare.
The room hummed with the glow of Maya's laptop, its screen flickering with shadows that didn't seem to match the movie she was watching. Horror films were her comfort food. Blood, screams, and monsters made sense to her. What didn't make sense was the gnawing feeling that something was in the room with her, just beyond the edges of the screen's light. Still torturing yourself with that garbage? Liam's voice drifted from the kitchen. He laughed, but his laugh sounded hollow. You know it's all fake, right? Maya didn't answer. She didn't need to. Horror wasn't about what was fake, it was about what could be real. Her phone buzzed on the blanket beside her. A FaceTime call. Evelyn. Maya's stomach flipped. They hadn't spoken in weeks. She answered quickly, smiling. Evie. Finally, you're alive. I miss you, Evelyn said, her voice bright, but her eyes told a different story. They shifted nervously, like she wasn't alone in the room. Maya frowned. What's wrong? I've been dreaming, Evelyn whispered. Her smile faltered. I keep seeing something in the dark. Watching. Following. The light bulb in Maya's room sputtered. The shadows stretched unnaturally long across the wall. You're just tired, Maya said, her voice betraying more fear than comfort. It's nothing. But Evelyn's image froze mid-blink. The call snapped into black. Maya's phone screen went dead. No dial tone, no reconnect, just silence. The silence didn't last. Her phone buzzed again. This time, the caller ID was hidden. Unknown number. Her hand trembled as she accepted. Hello. Static bled into her ear. Then, Maya. The voice was Evelyn's, but twisted, hollow, stretched through something not human. Her chest constricted. Evelyn? Help me. The words shivered through the speaker, warped with a low growl beneath. They're coming for you too. The line cut. A whisper rose behind her, soft as breath. Maya. Maya. She spun. Nothing. Just shadows. She bolted into the living room. Liam. Her voice cracked. Something's wrong. Evelyn called, except it wasn't her. Liam chuckled nervously, but the laughter didn't reach his eyes. It's probably a prank. Don't let it get to you. The apartment lights blinked out. The room plunged into a choking black. A cold draft crept across Maya's skin. Okay, Liam's voice faltered. That wasn't me. Her phone buzzed again. Evelyn's number. She answered. The voice on the other end was frantic, shrieking through distortion. Maya, get out. Now. They're already inside. Who? Maya screamed. Who's inside? No reply. Only breathing. Slow. Heavy. Not Evelyn's. The air thickened. Something stood behind her. Maya. Liam's gasp confirmed it. She turned. In the darkness, a shape peeled itself from the shadows. Its eyes burned white. Its mouth opened, Evelyn's voice spilling from it like a broken recording. You shouldn't have answered. The figure stepped forward. Maya and Liam sprinted for the door. The handle wouldn't turn, as though the wood itself was locking them in. The figure inched closer, every breath rattling like it came from inside her skull. Maya, it hissed. We're already here. She fumbled for her phone, dialing 911. The screen flashed red. Call failed. The figure's icy breath grazed her neck. The shadows swallowed the room. And then light. The lamps flickered back alive. The figure was gone. The door creaked open. Maya and Liam spilled into the hallway, lungs burning, hearts pounding. Liam grabbed her wrist. What the hell was that? Maya's phone vibrated again. She glanced down. A notification lit up the screen. New message, "You can't run, Maya." The screen flickered once. Then her reflection in the glass blinked out of sync with her own. Morning came, but the apartment still felt heavy with night. The curtains were open, sunlight spilling across the floor, yet Maya couldn't shake the chill that clung to her skin. Her phone lay on the table where she'd dropped it hours before. The screen was blank, but she swore it was still watching her. She reached for it with trembling fingers. A dozen missed calls glared back at her, all from unknown number. Her throat went dry. "Don't," Liam said. He hadn't slept either. He sat hunched on the couch, pale and wide-eyed. "Don't answer it again. Don't even touch it." But Maya did. She pressed Evelyn's contact and hit call. The ringing felt endless. Then, click. Evelyn's voice. Normal. Sleepy. "Hey, Maya. It's early. What's up?" Maya nearly sobbed with relief. "Evie. Thank God. Are you okay? Did you call me last night?" There was a pause. "What? No. We haven't talked in weeks." "Why?" Maya's stomach lurched. "But, you FaceTimed me. We talked. Then you said something was following you. And then she stopped." The memory of the distorted voice twisted in her head like broken glass. Evelyn laughed nervously. "I think you were dreaming. You watch too many of those movies." Maya wanted to believe her, but her phone buzzed violently in her hand. An incoming call. Unknown number. Her blood ran cold. "I have to go," Maya whispered. She hung up before Evelyn could respond and stared at the screen. The phone kept vibrating even after she declined the call. It shook against the table like something alive, something trying to crawl out. Finally, it went still. Liam leaned forward. "Block the number. I tried last night." "You can't block unknown." Silence pressed in. For a moment, Maya thought maybe it was over. Then the phone buzzed again, not with a call this time, but a voicemail notification. Her breath hitched. She hadn't heard the phone ring. With shaking hands, she opened it. The message was 30 seconds long. She pressed play. Static filled the room. Beneath it, faint and layered, came voices. Dozens of them. Men, women, children all whispering over each other. And then, cutting through them all, Evelyn's voice. "Maya, you shouldn't have hung up." The message ended. Liam stood abruptly, knocking over a glass. "Nope. Nope. We're not doing this. It's a prank. Has to be." But Maya's cloud backup pinged with an alert. The voicemail had been saved to her recordings. Curious, terrified, she opened it on her laptop. The audio waveform twisted across the screen, except this wasn't sound. The file displayed strange, jagged shapes like symbols, patterns that didn't belong. For a moment they looked like letters, spelling something across the timeline. Liam squinted. His voice was barely a whisper. "Maya, does that say your name?" The waveform shifted. The letters bent, realigning. Now it said, Liam. The phone buzzed again. And this time, it wasn't Maya's phone. It was Liam's. Liam stared at his phone like it was a venomous snake in his hand. The screen glowed with a single phrase, "Incoming call, unknown number." He looked at Maya, his face pale. "It's calling me now." Maya shook her head. "Don't answer it. Please, don't." But the phone answered itself. The speaker hissed, filling the quiet apartment with static. Liam froze. Slowly, a voice bled through the distortion. Liam. It was his voice. His exact voice. Except the words were choked with terror, like he was speaking from the bottom of a grave. "Please. Don't let it in. The phone slipped from his hands, clattering against the floor. The voice kept talking, distorted but unmistakably him. They're already inside. The call cut. Silence swallowed the room. Liam pressed his hands to his ears. That wasn't me. That wasn't me, Maya. Before she could respond, Maya's phone lit up again. Not a call this time, just a text. Evelyn's name appeared at the top. We need to talk. Now. Maya's hands trembled as she typed back. Evie, what's happening? 3 dots appeared, then vanished. A moment later, the screen flickered. Her phone camera opened on its own. The front-facing lens showed her face, and a second face, leaning in from the shadows behind her. Maya screamed, hurling the phone across the room. When she spun around, there was nothing there, only Liam, wide-eyed and shaking. Her phone buzzed again. A new text. I didn't send that. Her blood ran cold. The call icon flashed again, but this time it wasn't unknown. It was Evelyn. Against all reason, Maya answered. Evelyn's real voice came through, frantic and scared. Maya, you have to listen. Before I moved, I got the same calls. They sounded like you. Your voice, begging me to pick up. I thought it was some kind of sick prank, until the shadows started showing up. Maya's breath caught. Why didn't you tell me? I thought I could ignore it. But it doesn't stop. Every call drags you closer. Every time you answer, it learns more about you. It starts to wear your voice. As Evelyn spoke, Liam's phone buzzed on the table again. His screen lit up with another call. The contact name burned across the glass. Maya. But Maya hadn't touched her phone. Liam stared at her, horror in his eyes. It's you. The call timer started. They hadn't answered. And still Maya's voice whispered from his speaker. Liam, let me in. Liam stared at his phone like it was a venomous snake in his hand. The screen glowed with a single phrase, incoming call, unknown number. He looked at Maya, his face pale. It's calling me now. Maya shook her head. Don't answer it. Please, don't. But the phone answered itself. The speaker hissed, filling the quiet apartment with static. Liam froze. Slowly, a voice bled through the distortion. Liam. It was his voice. His exact voice. Except the words were choked with terror, like he was speaking from the bottom of a grave. Please. Don't let it in. The phone slipped from his hands, clattering against the floor. The voice kept talking, distorted but unmistakably him. They're already inside. The call cut. Silence swallowed the room. Liam pressed his hands to his ears. That wasn't me. That wasn't me, Maya. Before she could respond, Maya's phone lit up again. Not a call this time, just a text. Evelyn's name appeared at the top. We need to talk. Now. Maya's hands trembled as she typed back. Evie, what's happening? 3 dots appeared, then vanished. A moment later, the screen flickered. Her phone camera opened on its own. The front-facing lens showed her face, and a second face, leaning in from the shadows behind her. Maya screamed, hurling the phone across the room. When she spun around, there was nothing there, only Liam, wide-eyed and shaking. Her phone buzzed again. A new text. I didn't send that. Her blood ran cold. The call icon flashed again, but this time it wasn't unknown. It was Evelyn. Against all reason, Maya answered. Evelyn's real voice came through, frantic and scared. Maya, you have to listen. Before I moved, I got the same calls. They sounded like you. Your voice, begging me to pick up. I thought it was some kind of sick prank, until the shadows started showing up. Maya's breath caught. Why didn't you tell me? I thought I could ignore it. But it doesn't stop. Every call drags you closer. Every time you answer, it learns more about you. It starts to wear your voice. As Evelyn spoke, Liam's phone buzzed on the table again. His screen lit up with another call. The contact name burned across the glass. Maya. But Maya hadn't touched her phone. Liam stared at her, horror in his eyes. It's you. The call timer started. They hadn't answered. And still Maya's voice whispered from his speaker. Liam, let me in. The ringing became unbearable. Phones that weren't plugged in, phones that didn't even exist anymore, screeched from every corner of the apartment. The walls seemed alive with static. Maya clamped her hands over her ears, but the sound was inside her skull. Answer. The word vibrated in her teeth, in her bones. Liam grabbed her wrist. We can't stay here. If we don't end it, it'll never stop. End it how? Maya shouted, her own voice drowned by the cacophony. He looked toward the window. Beyond the glass, across the street, loomed the gutted remains of a building. Charred bricks, blackened beams reaching up like broken fingers. The old telephone exchange. Whatever this is, Liam said, it started there. They left the apartment, phones buzzing violently in their pockets. The moment they stepped outside, the calls multiplied. Payphones on the corner rang as they passed. A stranger's phone lit up on a bench, incoming call, Maya. By the time they reached the telephone exchange, the entire block seemed to be ringing. The building stank of ash and damp, the walls scorched, glass long shattered. They stepped inside. The silence hit them like a wave. For the first time in hours, nothing rang. And then, a single phone sat in the middle of the blackened floor, resting on a cracked pedestal. Its rotary dial gleamed faintly in the dark. It began to ring. Maya's chest tightened. Don't, she whispered. But Liam shook his head. It's the only way. If we don't answer, it'll keep spreading. Evelyn or us, anyone. The phone rang louder, insistent, impatient. Maya stepped forward. Her hands trembled as she lifted the receiver to her ear. Static. Then Evelyn's voice, soft, broken. Maya. Her throat tightened. Evelyn? Where are you? I'm here. But as the static cleared, the voice changed. Deeper. Layered. A chorus hiding beneath Evelyn's familiar tone. The first call is an invitation. The second is a warning. The third means you're already with us. Maya's blood went cold. What do you want from me? The voice chuckled, a sound like 100 people laughing through broken teeth. We want you to answer. The phone's cord writhed like a snake, wrapping around Maya's wrist, digging into her skin. She screamed, trying to rip it free, but the receiver stuck to her ear. Liam rushed forward, yanking at the cord, but the shadows on the walls moved. They peeled free, taking form, faces half melted, mouths open in endless screams, eyes glowing like burning coals. The dead callers. Maya. Liam shouted, pulling with all his strength. Drop it. But she couldn't. Her voice broke. It won't let go. On the other end of the line, Evelyn's voice whispered one final time. You shouldn't have answered. The shadows surged. The cord snapped tight around Maya's throat. The lights flickered back on. The exchange was empty. Silent. Only a phone remained on the floor, receiver dangling, swinging gently. From the speaker came Maya's voice. Liam, help me. Please. I'm still here. Liam didn't remember leaving the exchange. One moment he was clawing at the cord around Maya's throat, the next he was outside, stumbling through the night air, coughing until his chest burned. When he finally looked back, the building was dark and silent. No shadows. No ringing. No Maya. Just gone. 4 days, he convinced himself it was over. He disconnected every phone in the apartment. smashed them. He even left the city, thinking distance would save him. But the calls followed. It started with the hum of static in his earbuds. Then the faintest whisper in the dead space between songs. Liam. One night, his laptop camera flickered to life while he typed. The reflection staring back wasn't his own, it was Maya's. Her lips moved, though no sound came. He slammed the lid shut. And then, the first real call. His new phone, fresh out of the box, still sealed in plastic. Incoming call, Maya. The screen burned in his hand. He wanted to throw it away, smash it, but the sound that seeped from the speaker froze him in place. Her voice. Weak, pleading. Liam, help me. I can't get out. Please, answer. His thumb hovered over the green button. The ringing grew louder, vibrating through his bones, echoing through the walls. Other phones started to ring in his apartment. His neighbors pounded on their doors, shouting for quiet, but their voices sounded warped, distorted, like the callers. The noise swelled, suffocating, until there was nothing left but the sound of Maya crying his name. Tears stung his eyes. His chest heaved. And in the end, he did the one thing he swore he wouldn't. He answered. The line clicked open. A hiss. Then his own voice, broken and hollow, whispered back at him. You shouldn't have. The screen went black. And the ringing spread across the room.
Leave now, but beware. The mansion remembers those who enter, and it will call you back. You've walked the halls, heard the voices, and felt the chill. The story ends for now, but don't forget to like and subscribe because the mansion waits. Always.